Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you want to know which products and must-haves you need as a beginner in makeup, then watch this video. The first thing you should own is a primer. The primer acts as a base on which the foundation sits on. Always go in for moisturizing primers if you have dry skin and mattifying primers if you have oily skin. The next item is foundation. Always choose foundations that match your skin type and tone. Always remember that your foundation is a main determinant to how good or bad your makeup will be. So always make good choices of foundation. Here are some good and affordable options. Next is concealers. Concealers are used to highlight the face and cover up marks and blemishes. Your concealers should be 1 or 2 shades lighter than your actual skin tone for it to give the effect which is needed. The next item is a brow pencil and waterline liner and mascara and eyeliner. The brow pencil is used to carve out the brows and it's always good to use a dark brown shade. The next item you need is a neutral eyeshadow palette. A neutral eyeshadow palette contains mostly neutral colors which are easy to blend and easy to work with. The next item are lashes and lash glue, but this is totally optional. The next item is a powder palette. As a beginner, you need a powder palette because it has multiple uses. A powder palette has several colors or shades of powder which you could use for highlighting, contouring, and also setting your entire face. The next item is a setting powder. However, a powder palette can work the same function as a setting powder. The next item is a setting spray and a glow kit or a highlighter. The setting spray smooths out the whole look and gives it a less powdery effect. The next must-have item is a nude lipstick and also a bold color lipstick and some lip gloss. Now on to brushes and tools. The first brushes you need are foundation brushes and also beauty blenders which are used to apply and smoothen out foundation. You need a spoolie which is used to brush up and fix your brows. Next are eyeshadow brushes. You need a dense brush to apply colors to your crease, flat and angled brushes to blend out the colors, flat and angled brushes to cut out your crease, and also brushes to apply eyeshadow to your eyelids. Next, you need big and small flat angled brushes to contour your whole face. You also need flat and fluffy brushes to apply powder to your face and set your whole face. You also need flat and precise brushes like this to apply highlight to your face. And lastly, you need a tweezer for your eyelash application. Welcome back. Firstly, I'm going to apply my primer all over my face. Next, I'm using the L'Oreal foundation, and with the help of my foundation brush, I'm going to apply that all over my face. And then I'm using my beauty blender to smooth it out and give that airbrush effect. And then I'm blending it right down to my neck area so it can give an even look. Using this precise brush and a concealer 2 shades lighter than my skin, I'm highlighting the area under my eye. Highlighting will lift the face and bring more life and definition to the face. Next, I'm going to highlight my cupid bow, and then the center of my chin, and then the center of my forehead, and finally, I'm going to also highlight the bridge of my nose. Using my beauty blender, I'm blending out the concealer, making sure that the concealer stays just on the part which I placed it. And I'm also doing same on all the areas where I applied my highlights. Next, using my beauty blender, I'm selecting this light shade on my powder palette, and I'm going to use that shade to set all the areas which I applied my highlights on. It's always important to set all the highlighted areas on your face to avoid creasing. Next, I'm going to use this dark shade of powder to contour my cheeks to bring back more definition to my face. And next, I'm going to contour my forehead and then my nose. In order to give that snatched look to my nose, I'm using a small angled brush and a dark shade of powder to contour the two corners of my nose. And I'm going in with more powder to give more precision and applying that just directly at the corner of my eye, straight down to my nose. And now onto the brows. With the help of a powder brush, I'm dabbing some setting powder on top of my brows to avoid it from getting oily later. And then I'm using a spoolie to brush up my brows. Using a sharp brow pencil, I'm tracing out my brows by drawing a line first down and then up. The size and dimension should depend on how big or small you want your brows to be. I'm using my brow pencil now to fill in the blank spaces by just drawing little strokes. This will give it a realistic and hair-like look. And after filling in the brows, the next thing, I'm using my spoolie to brush out the product and make it even and blend out even more. Always make sure you go in with less product at the beginning of your brows to make it look more natural. To give the brows more definition, I'm using a flat angled brush and a light shade concealer to conceal my brows. And now I'm going to use my foundation, which is exactly my skin tone, to conceal the front part of the brows. The reason why I use a lighter shade at the outer corner and a darker shade at the inner corner is to highlight my brow bone. Next, I'm going to use my foundation again and conceal the top part of my brows. The reason why I use a foundation rather at the top part of my brows is to ease blending. Using a small fluffy brush, I'm going to blend out all the product, the concealer and the foundation right down to avoid harsh lines and give it a very smooth look. Next, I'm going in with my concealer to highlight my eyelids. This is to create a base for my eyeshadow and make it pop out. I'm using a highlighting powder to set my eyes to avoid it from creasing and also to avoid my eyeshadow from smudging. I'm going to use this same powder palette and these colors to create my eye look. First, with the help of a dense eyeshadow brush, I'm going to use this dark contour shade and apply that just at the outer corner of my eyes. And then with the use of a blending brush, I'm going to use a little bit of the brown shade and apply that at my crease area. And then I'm going to use another blending brush to blend out the products towards my brow bone to avoid any harsh lines. I'm using this light shade of powder to highlight my brow bone. Using this dense eyeshadow brush, I'm applying that white shade on my eyelids. I'm using this color so you should act like an eyeshadow primer. And then I'm going in with this brown shade. I'm just applying that all over the area where I apply the white shade. Next, I'm going to go in with the eyeliner. First, I'm going to line it towards the outer part to determine how long I want it to be. And then I bring it now to the inner corner of my eye. And then I'm going to fill it in. I'm going in with a powder shade which is exactly my skin tone to set the other areas of my face. Next, I'm using my mascara to brush out my eyelids. And then I'm going to use this eyeliner to line my eyes and give it more definition and brightness. Lining your waterline with black gives it more definition and makes it look brighter. Using my tweezers, I'm applying my lashes, but this part is optional as you could still rock your look without the lashes, especially if you want a very simple look. Using this powder shade, which is exactly my skin tone, I'm using this fat buffing brush to smooth out everything from my face right down to my neck. When applying your powder, you should always dab it onto your skin and not sweep it off away, because if you're sweeping it off, you could make your foundation smudge. I'm going to use my setting spray to spray that all over my face to just melt everything into place. I'm going with my highlighter. I'm going to apply that on the high areas of my cheeks, at the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose also. I'm also applying that at the outer corner of my eye to beautify my eyeshadow look and also highlighting my brow bone. For my lips, I'm going to go in with my brown lip liner to line my lips. First, I'm lining the lower part of my lips, and then I'm going to mark my cupid bow area and then continue lining it all over my lips. Then I'm applying my nude lipstick on the center of my lips and blending that using a blending brush. Then using my lip gloss, I'm going to use a blending brush and apply the gloss all over my lips carefully to avoid it from smudging. And that's it for this look. Thank you all for watching and see you all in my next video.